He's live and he's local. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny.
You like Sanford with the plus on this one.
To all due respect to the people of the great Commonwealth of Virginia, I gotta go against Virginia Tech in this situation. And what we call this is situational handicapping. And look at what has happened to Virginia Tech. I don't need to tell you the last 2 weeks. Those are heartbreaking losses, particularly last game. So now you're going to have heartbreaking losses. You're going to have to travel to Miami. They played in the heat of Miami, and now they're coming back, licking their wounds, and they have to get on a plane and travel to Northern California. That is almost NFL-like situation for these players. So from that situation, I like the 9 points I can get with a home dog, and then look at it separately. If we're going to bet, and I know you have a lot of Virginia Tech listeners, we have to separate ourselves from our passion and our
right out of the gate. Baltimore looks like they're back. Looked good against Buffalo the other night. Don't roll your eyes. You know they're back. I mean, you know you like them this weekend. Come on, bro.
I do like them this weekend. There's nothing impressive about. I mean, it is a divisional game, so I'll give them that. It's probably closer than most expect, which is reflective of the line. I think I've got a better running back who should run all over this Cincinnati defense. I've got the Baltimore, who is historically plays better defense on the road than at home. I like it's under 3 points. I'm rolling Baltimore again this week.
You like Baltimore laying to 2.5. Colts plus 2.5. Now, we got word, is Joey Flacco the starting quarterback this weekend?
I think it's still up in the air, but it's leaning that way. I haven't had time to check it this morning. Even more the reason I like the Colts. Richardson has been incredibly horrible this season. He leads the NFL in interceptions, highly inefficient in the passing game. And this is more of a fade on the Jags. I mean, they're terribly coached. Trevor Lawrence seems to be not the player they thought they were when he drafted him. This is maybe the nail in the coffin for Peterson.
And I'm sure you saw the story coming out of North Carolina about the NIL. And I'm all about kids, college, whatever. You got an opportunity to make money off of what you do. You should have that right. I just think it's a little scary when you're talking about the high school level, because college, you can't even manage it right now. What would high school look like if you allowed kids to get NIL deals?
Well, actually, in 2023, in May, VHSL actually passed it, allowed student athletes to be able to monetize from NIL deals. And in fact, I don't know if you remember, I wrote a story about it. I actually wrote a column about it. And we have a young lady by the name of Brianna Selby. She was at Indian River High School last year, who actually was the first track athlete in Virginia to sign an NIL deal, which she signed with New Balance. She now runs for the University of Southern California right now. She's also the son of former Indian River great David Selby. But she has a deal. She was wearing her shoes, talking about it. And now the scary thing is, like you said, how are they going to control this? So there's a lot of different things you can't do with the whole thing. You can't wear your uniform. You can't wear any type of, they had a whole bunch of rules. They even have a class on the VHSL website that you can take that can kind of prepare you. But she's the first one. And another one actually is, I don't know if you remember Olympic gold medalist Quincy Wilson. He's from Great Bridge Middle School. He's now up in DC area. He also signed a deal. His deal, of course, is going to be even probably sweeter now that he has the gold medal. But yeah, so Brianna Selby was the first track athlete in Virginia to have one. Now, I don't know who else has one, but she was the first one. And I know I talked it over with Eli Harrell. Remember? Ocean Legs. Yeah, and we talked, when I wrote the column, we talked about how this is a great thing, because we talked about how Cam Chancellor struggled all through school, sweeping, hair at a local barbershop, and he couldn't benefit from it. And so, when I was talking with Eli with it, he said, he thinks it's a great thing, but how are students and those street agents going to try to take advantage of it? So far, I haven't heard anything. It's been a year, but I can see it getting really ugly, because once you take the toothpaste out the tube, you can't put it back in, and that's the thing that scares us about it. But I think it's definitely beneficial for some of these high school athletes to be able to get
Chris Doering is joining us on the program. You can follow him on the X at Chris Doering, and of course SEC Network, and check him out at SEC This Morning on Sirius XM. And you mentioned Jalen for the Heisman. Travis Hunter, I know you've watched him play. Yeah. Do you put him up there with Jalen? 1-2? You put Hunter in front of him?
I mean, he's such a unique talent, and the guy that what's he end up playing over 100 snaps a game, typically somewhere around that. I mean, it's ridiculous. Not only his skill set to be able to be a corner that's as adept as he is, to be able to catch the football the way he does as a receiver, the endurance and conditioning that it takes to play that many snaps in a game. And how about, like, I don't even know how you balance the meetings during the week, like going with the defensive backs one session, going with the receivers another time, just balancing the game plan and understanding what your responsibilities are crazy in and of itself. So I'd probably have those guys 1 and 2 in my list right now.
Who's the leader in the clubhouse in the SEC? Is it going to be Alabama or is it Texas?
It's Texas to me. You know, I power rank the SEC top to bottom every Sunday, and I had Texas at 1, Alabama at 2. And as great of a win as that Alabama victory was over Georgia, you do have to deduct them for giving up a 28-point lead. I mean, I think this would have been probably the worst choke in the history of college football had they not found a way to win after Georgia took the lead. So I think Texas is the most complete team right now. I got Alabama at 2, Tennessee is at 3, Georgia's at 4, then Missouri's at 5 in my top.
The Athletic put out an anonymous poll for the NFL players. They do it every year. And they talked about the least favorite NFL road trip. You want to take a guess who was number 1? Least favorite NFL road trip. When you played, least favorite NFL road trip.
I mean, the least favorite, obviously, for us is flying across the country, but I feel like it's more of a destination question here, isn't it? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I think that's where we're going.
Oh, man, I don't even know. Give me a hint.
We're going to go, think about, there's nothing else to do in these cities but NFL. That's it. Like, there's no nightlife. There's no other activities going on. It's just football.
Well, I could. One of the ones I played for the Colts my first couple of years. I don't know about Indianapolis. Where was that on the list?
Indianapolis is midway through it. You're looking at Green Bay number 1, Buffalo number 2, right?
True. Yeah. We stayed at Appleton back when we play in Wisconsin there. So the Appleton, I guess, was the big sister city to Green Bay. Even not a whole lot to do there either, though.
Yeah, and Washington, believe it or not, Washington was 4.
4th on the most undesirable?
Yeah, 4th on the undesirable list. Yeah. Well, you know NFL players, man. They're kind of divas. You know that.
Well, you know the favorite place to go back in the day was, right?
That's got to be Miami's got to be up there.
Well, Miami's up there, but you play when you play against New England, you would stay in Providence, Rhode Island, and there was a strip club that everybody was known to attend on the night before the game there. Foxy Ladies was the name of the building.
So I gave one of our guys a little bit of grief this morning. You can see J-Lo's got the Jada, just went out and purchased the Jada Daniels jersey.
I like it.
Do you give him grief, though, that he didn't spend the extra $25 to get the stitched-on numbers? He went press-on?
Yeah, you can't go press-on, man. That's for kids. You give those to kids. You get the stitching for adults. I don't know, though. I'm not even sure. Remember, we've had this debate about jersey-wearing adults. That's kind of a hot-button topic, too.
What's the age? What's the cutoff? What's the threshold cutoff?
I mean, honestly, I think it's probably before you get your driver's license. I think it's got to be 15.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I don't.
No, that's cool. I'm just curious because my son, he's a Buffalo fan, so we're going through the Josh Allen phase, and he was cool with it. He just wears it on Sundays. Yeah. Yet he stopped superstition. Every time he would wear the retro red, Buffalo would lose. So we started going to the throwback Wyoming. Right? But then they got trounced the other night, so I don't know what direction we're going. But he's 19, so I'm like, I think 21 is...
You can do it. Game days, you can do it. Here's the deal. Let me tell you this. White dudes can't pull it off as well as black dudes either. Black dudes can wear jerseys a little longer in life than white dudes can.
Absolutely. I'm 100% behind that statement.
What is your take?
On a Wednesday, get a little music going. This is sort of yours truly. Just some random thoughts throughout the day, throughout the week, and it's funny, I get these thoughts and I kind of write stuff down and see what works, see what doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they're sports related, sometimes they're not sports related. The first one, I want to get your thoughts, both of you, on this. What's your take on Halloween decorations? 30 days out. I did a walk this weekend around the neighborhood. There are people just Halloween already in full effect. inside out. My wife puts up the little towels and the placemats inside, and she was real excited yesterday. She came home with a pumpkin that had the pumpkin spice smell. It smelled really good.
Yes.
But she was overly excited about it. You guys kind of like all in on the decoration for the. To me, I got a simple rule. I got to be 30 days out on holidays like Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's Day, other holidays. I'm more of a 3 or 4 days out, like 4th of July, Memorial Day, stuff like that. Suave in the Suave household. Halloween. Like, are you all in? Are you that guy?
Nope.
Not at all.
Nope. Not me. Not my family. We don't do Halloween at all.
Not at all.
No decorations.
Do you hand out the candy at least?
I mean, if they come around, we give them a little candy, good, Reese's, all the good stuff. We give them to them, but other than that, no, we don't do decorations.
Are you that family that puts the bowl out? It's like, don't knock on the door.
No, we'll open the door and say, here you go. Like to see the little kids with the decorations. It's when the grown folks come around and want to ask for candy. It bothers me.
What's considered a grown folk?
Like, if you're in your 30s and 40s,
Yeah.
you come dressing to me, you looking like Spider-Man with tights on, you like hot trick or treat. I'm like, okay, go that way.
Here's the other thing. J-Lo, what about you real quick on the Halloween? Your family, you all in, you out?
My grandparents definitely. My family, they do some Halloween decorations. I'm more of a just fall decorations kind of guy, not specifically Halloween. The pumpkin spice candles. Oh my God.
You like those?
Yes.
But as far as skeletons and witches, like my
really.
wife get it. We got stuff hanging from outside. And then a storm comes in, it blows it through. We got to put it back up.
Do you have to pick it up?
Of course, got to pick it up. My in-laws love it. Like, they got the huge inflatable pumpkins and ghosts and all that good stuff. There's a dude in my neighborhood. I kid you not. He's got a skeleton outside that's got to be, I don't know,
real,
30 feet tall.
Jesus.
In the front yard. One of those dudes.
Oh yeah, I got a friend who wins competition in his yard. He got his motorcycle. He puts a skeleton.
So
on
he's
front.
that guy.
He's that. Oh yes, he's that guy.
He's that guy.
Yeah.
I also have a little bit of issue. Halloween night, the parents that feel the need to like have a keg with them as they're strolling their kids around.
What?
Like the little pony kegs. Have you seen these people? They'll put it in a cart. So the kids go up to the door, they get the candy, and you look at the parents, they're just boozing the whole time. You haven't seen these folks.
No, I have not. Hold on. Hey, here's another take for the Halloween though. Am I crazy for thinking it is completely wrong for the people that cheat trick-or-treating by riding around in a golf cart or just a car in general instead of walking?
I don't really have that problem. I do have the problem
around our neighborhood
for the family that rolls into a neighborhood with a van. They unload the kids at the end of the street. Kids go trick or treat. They put it back in the van and they go to another neighborhood.
Oh, that don't sound good at all.
So they're kind of redlining,
like
right?
You gotta earn your candy. You gotta go walk around the full neighborhood. You can't ride in a golf cart.
People are lazy, man. People are lazy.
Honestly, if I had a golf cart, I probably would cruise around. I probably would cruise around. Second thing, Gen Z slang. Like I'm not understanding this. Like I saw an interview yesterday, and I think it was Fernando Tatis, and they started throwing out these terms that apparently are Gen Z slang. Drip.
Oh.
Yes.
What the hell is drip?
Your clothing game.
So your clothing game is your drip.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Jewelry, would that be drip?
Yes. Everything is about
your
whole outfit game. If your jewels looking good, your new pants.
And keep in mind, anytime I got a question when it comes up, I text my kids and I'm like, "Hey, what does this mean?" They're like, "Dad, you're an idiot. It means this."
My wife did the same thing yesterday. She was asking our kids. She was like, "What is mid?" And it was like, "That means it's okay. That's what it means. You're mid.
Mid is okay.
Yeah, okay.
What about cap?
You're lying.
Cap is you're lying.
You're lying."
Yeah.
I had to tell James on Sister Station prior to order when someone said that cap means roast. I said, "No, James, that means lying. If you're capping, you're lying."
So you had to correct somebody.
So Cowboy fans saying that they're going to win the Super Bowl, they're capping.
They're lying.
Okay. What about ghosted?
Oh, that means. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, so that just means if you text somebody, they just disappear.
They don't answer.
They don't answer.
What about a woman?
Definitely.
Definitely,
yeah.
that's a good.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's really even more. What
exactly.
It means.
That's what it really means. Okay. So if I text my wife and she doesn't reply, she's ghosting
you.
me.
You should use that term next time to her.
Ghosted her?
No.
Just ask her, why'd you ghost me today?
Okay.
Wait till that comes when you get home. Wait till that
one
conversation.
the other one is sus. What is sus?
It's
Oh my God.
It's, you know how I said suspect?
Yeah.
That's sus.
But what does that mean?
That means you're shady.
Suspect.
You're suspect. Like we don't know all
shady.
about you. You shady. You don't know all about you. You look kind of different. You kind of cum-see, cum-side.
So we can't just roll it all out. We have to kind of cut it in half.
Yes,
and just say
yes.
sus.
Live, and he's local. It's the Morning Drive with Johnny D.